What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. I just watched the brand new theatrically released movie 5 Feet Apart, and what I need you guys to do is get down in the comments section. Let me know if you like this movie, if you didn't like it, if you were underwhelmed, disappointed, or if you haven't seen it yet. And the premise of this film is a pair of teenagers with life-threatening illnesses meet in a hospital, and of course, fall in love. Now, the disease showcased in this film is a disease called cystic fibrosis. And if you guys don't know what it is, just a quick summary, this is a life-threatening disorder that damages the lungs and the digestive system. It is very rare. There are fewer than 200,000 cases in the US per year, and it is something that cannot be cured at this moment, although there is treatment available. Now, I recently met someone through Instagram who has cystic fibrosis. He actually reached out to me. We got in contact with each other. He is a content creator as well, although a very different style of content. I looked into what he does, and I have to give this guy a shout out because his work is incredible. Take a look at his works of art. These are all original works of his. He has an Instagram page and a YouTube channel. I will link both of those below. I just found this incredible, and for someone who has cystic fibrosis to do what he does and to overcome that disease with works of art like this, guys, that is incredible. I hope to have some of his artwork up back here one of these days, and the guy is just awesome, so please give him a follow on Instagram and on YouTube. But now we have to talk about the movie 5 Feet Apart. Let's get into it. All right, 5 Feet Apart. First off, we have to talk about this cast because if you are a fan of the Disney Channel, in my opinion, when it was in its prime, you have things like Hannah Montana and The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and two of those stars are actually in this movie. You have Cole Sprouse from Zack and Cody and Moises Arias from Hannah Montana. What a cast, what a crew, and I will get into those two in just a second, but I have to start with what I believe to be the standout of this film, and that is Haley Lou Richardson. She is phenomenal in this movie. My goodness, guys, one of the best leading actress performances, one of the best leading performances I have seen all year. You put her in any possible role, and she always killed it. I have never seen her in a movie where she underwhelms as a performer, and once again, she stood out. She stole the show, in my opinion. There's one other character in there that I really loved, but really, she is the main focus of this film from an acting perspective, and she nails it. Kimberly Gregory plays Nurse Barb. I also thought she nailed it. She was hilarious. She brought the perfect level of humor to a movie like this because when they tried the humor, as in the younger characters, it did not work as well, but when she brought in the humor, it was always hilarious because she was kind of the person coming in, putting them back on track where they need to be health-wise, and it was always awesome. And she also nailed the emotion. There are some very emotional moments, especially towards the end of this film, as you can probably predict, and she nails that. They all nail it, really, especially Haley Lou Richardson, but Nurse Barb, she was one of the best in this film. And many people are going to find this film sweet and touching and emotional, and I'm sure there will be tears. I guarantee there were tears tonight in the theater that I was in. I heard some sniffling towards the end just because it is one of those stories that I think is going to be a crowd pleaser. It is going to do everything that age range from, I would say, 13 to 18, 19, maybe even early college, that group, those individuals will love this film because that's what they're going for, that's what they expect, and it's exactly what you get. And my big issue with this movie, now don't hate me just because I'm giving you guys problems, there are definitely problems with this film, and it is a movie that is exactly what you expect. It doesn't really take any chances, it doesn't do things that you would say, oh, that's not conventional, that's not cliche. It is all in there. This genre, there's not much more you can do to change it up, so I can't make that a detriment to this film in particular, but it plays up this romance in such a sloppy way. Now, a lot of people are going to like the romance because they like Cole Sprouse, and they like Haley Lou Richardson. They like those two actors, but from a writing standpoint, if you really pay attention to the dialogue and the conversations, there really was not that much of a build-up in the first half of the film. Now, I know I will get arguments on that because, once again, this is going to be the movie that appeals to this demographic. I am not necessarily that demographic, but I still felt the emotion from certain scenes and experiences. I just can't get past the script, some of the dialogue, especially towards the end. And I've mentioned Cole Sprouse. One of the reasons that I've not really highlighted him yet is because he was not, and don't hurt me for this, he was not a highlight of the movie for me. I like him. I've liked what I've seen in Riverdale, but in this film, he was so over the top and so cheesy. And yes, the dialogue was cheesy, so I don't know whether it's him to blame or the dialogue to blame, but he was also, his line delivery was a bit flat. There's a moment towards the end where he comes to a window and every line he delivers, I'm sitting there like, come on, you can't be buying this. This is some of the worst dialogue. And of course people are going to buy it because once again, it's just that kind of movie, and if you're in it, you're in it. It is going to tug on those heartstrings and pull on your emotion. In a way, it's emotionally manipulative because you will be so sad and emotional towards the end, you may forget about the flaws. And I've done that before. I have been through movies that make me so physically upset and sad and emotional. I walked out going, oh my gosh, what an experience. And then I started to think about it and I go, well, the movie wasn't that great. But I have to give kudos to the filmmakers because it's the perfect way to do it. Leaving your audience on an emotional high will make them forget about the bad elements and the elements that struggle and the pacing problems that this movie has, because it's definitely there. It drags. This film felt so long for me. There are so many moments where they just expand the dialogue. I'm just like, can we move on? And I know this is based on a book, and fans of the book are probably wanting to tear my head off right now. I do not know how the book compares to the movie, so I'd love to know in the comments section below. Is the book better? Is the movie better? Fight it out. And I hate to be blunt, but I don't want to tiptoe around this. I think Cole Sprouse was a bad casting choice. They could have gotten someone a bit more dynamic, a bit less flat, someone with better line delivery, and I think I would have liked this movie quite a bit more. Maybe it wasn't even Cole, maybe it was his character, because I didn't feel a huge character arc. It felt like he's kind of a jerk, he's a bit of a douchebag, and all of a sudden, boom, they're in love, and they're all about it, they're all for it. I just did not feel the build up to that, what happened throughout the romance. I did not get enough to believe in the relationship, and if you're not in the relationship, then you will not get as emotional as everyone else watching the movie. Now, I don't think that was the case. This movie definitely has its moments. I liked certain character interactions. There were some really funny moments. Definitely the emotion. The emotion is what is going to make people walking out saying, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my life. Because I feel like every time one of these teen romance movies come out in this vein, people are saying that this is the best film I've ever seen. And I get it. Look, it's all about how movies make you feel. If they make you feel a certain way, then do not change that perspective. If you love this movie, tell the world. And I want this film to make a lot of money because I love the concept. I love the idea. I have not read the book, but it seems like there's a lot of goodwill behind it. And because of all of those things, I really like what this is all about. It definitely did not all work for me, but it did enough for me to get this film to Fresh because I do think it is what audiences want, and that is a 60%, a 6 out of 10. I think this film is okay, and I think a lot of people are going to like it. It is a crowd pleaser for sure, so be sure to go check it out and make up your own mind. So that's it, guys. 5 Feet Apart. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you in my camp? Are you completely on the other side and you're saying, Austin, you hate people? I just got to give you guys my honest opinion. That is all we can do. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will be back very soon with another theatrical review, some more Netflix reviews, and of course, the next episode of Doom Patrol. You guys are the absolute best, and I will catch you very soon.